Alright, this is Unit 4 review. Domain is the possible x values, and they're the inputs. A function is f of x. For every input there's an output. Input has exactly one output. Point slope form is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Range is the possible y values. Slope, change in y over change in x. It's our m. Rise over run. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Standard form, ax plus by equals c. And the y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. Write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form with a slope of 4 and a y-intercept of 10. That would be y equals 4x plus 10. The equation here, we've got a y-intercept of 1. We've got a slope of, from one point to the next, going up 1 over 2. So that's y equals 1/2 x plus 1. Y-intercept of 3 here. Slope, we're going down, not down 2, down 3 over 2 is our slope. Our y-intercept is 3, so y equals -3/2 x plus 3. Write the equation of the piecewise graph. So if we follow this along, it's going to if we follow this, it would go right into the y, right into the origin. So our answer would be, and it looks like our slope, we're going up 1 over 1, right? Because this is -3, and we're going through the origin, so that's up 1 over 1. So it's x, and then plus 0, right? So we don't need that. And that's for x values that are less than, we're at -3 here. So x values that are less than or equal to -3. Our next one would be this middle one. And it looks like we have a y-intercept of -1, and we're going down 1, right 1, so that's -x minus 1 is our equation, and our constraint, our if, is from -3 to +2, and we are greater than -3, and we are less than +2. And our next one is, well, that's all at 3, so that's just f of x equals 3. And our constraint is for values of x that are greater than or equal to 2. Our next one, the one on the left, we've got a y-intercept of -1. We've got a slope of up 1 over 2, so that's up 1 over 2x, right? Our constraint is for x values that are less than or equal to 2. And our next line is just f of x equals 2. And for x values that are greater than 2. 12. Point slope form, right? That's y minus our y value 3 equals m2 times the quantity x minus a -8 turns that into a +8. And then we're going to change this to slope-intercept form, so y minus 3 equals 2 times x plus 8. So we'll need to distribute. Y minus 3 equals 2x plus 16. Add 3. Y equals 2x plus 19. Y equals 2x plus 19. And then from there we'll change this into standard form, so we'll have to subtract 2x. So we'll get -2x plus y equals 19. -2x plus y equals 19. What's this function? Well, here's our origin here, so that's at negative 4, 0. Negative 4, 0. So, and our slope looks like we're going up 1 over 1, so it's y equals, our a value is 1 times the absolute value of x minus our x value, so x plus 4, and then plus k, so plus 0. Now we don't need this 1 isn't in there, and the 0 isn't actually in there, so y equals the absolute value of x plus 4. That's it. 14, this equation, again, here we're at 2, right? 2, 0. So it's going to be almost the same thing. Y equals our slope up 1 over 1, right? So our slope is going to be 1. We don't need to write it. And then x. And now here we're at positive 2, so it's going to be x minus 2. Because our general form, right, is y equals a times the absolute value of x minus h plus k. So it's the opposite of whatever our number is. 2 becomes negative 2. Up here, negative 4 becomes positive 4. 15, we've got 2 points this time, so we need to find our slope. So from 4 to go to 7, we're rising 3, and from 1 to go to 5, we're going up 4, so our slope is 3/4. So now we've got a point and a slope again. So we're going to say y minus our y value is 4 equals m 3/4 times the quantity x minus 1. So now we want to change that into slope-intercept form. Y minus 4 equals 3/4 times x minus 1. So we got to distribute this. Y minus 4 equals 3/4 x minus 3/4, right? 1 times negative 1 times 3/4, negative 3/4. We're going to add 4 to both sides, so we get, I'll write it over here, y equals 3/4 x, and 4 minus 3/4 is what? That would be 3 and 1/4, right? So how do we change that into an improper fraction? 3 times 4 makes 12, plus 1 makes 13, so that's 13/4. And now standard form, we need to get rid of our fraction here, right? So y equals 3/4 x plus 13/4. So what's going to get rid of our multiplying by a denominator? So we multiply by 4, we get 4y equals, and then 4 times 3/4 x, the 4's can't simplify, so we are left with 3x, and 4 times 13/4, the 4's simplify again, and we're left with 13. So we'll subtract 3x from both sides, and our answer would be negative 3x plus 4y equals 13. 16, given the function y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5 and negative 2/3 x plus y equals 5, which statements are true? So let's move this so it looks the same. So let's add 3/2 x to both sides, add 3/2 x to both sides, so we get y equals positive 3/2 x plus 5, right? So we can see we have the same y-intercept, right? Same y-intercept. They have different slopes, right? So they're not parallel. Let's see if they're perpendicular. Negative 2/3, right? The opposite reciprocal of negative 2/3, well, the opposite would be positive 2/3, and the reciprocal of that would be 3/2. Hey, that's this one. So these are also perpendicular. So both of those are right. 17, find the equation of the line that contains the point through negative 3, 4 and parallel to this. So first we need to find what this slope is. So let's subtract 2x from both sides. We get y equals negative 2x plus 5. So parallel lines have the same slope, so we want a slope of negative 2 that goes through this point. So y equals mx plus b, and we're going to substitute in a 14 for y. That's right here is our y value. M is negative 2 right here. X is negative 3, and we're going to solve for b. So 14 equals 6 plus b. subtract 6.
Could I have the special ed department, please?
And b equals 8. So with a slope of -2 and a y-intercept of 8, our equation is y equals -2x plus 8. Today Sarah has $65, so tomorrow she will earn $20 a day. Create a table. So she's got today we could say is day 0. She's got $65. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. Right, so if she's getting $20 a day, that would be 85, 105, 125, 145, 165, 185, 205. We're just adding by 20 each day. So then to make a graph of this, well, let's put a little, so we're not starting at 0 here. We'll skip some, so we'll just say 65, 85, and we'll just do, count by 20s each one. And we'll go our days. So 0 will be 65, and then day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. Or week, whatever it was. So 65, and then we're just going up. Okay, and so this is the point 7,205, right? And this was the point 0,65. And all of the rest in between are all up here. Write a linear equation that represents Sarah's total money. So that's y equals, well, she's getting $20 and she started with 65. So y equals 20x plus 65. Sarah wants to purchase a laptop for $485. What's the minimum number of days? So this is going to be 485 equals 20x plus 65. Subtract 65. 420 equals 20x, divide by 20, divide by 20. So x equals, well, 20 goes into 100 5 times, so to make 400 that would multiply by 5, so that would be multiply by 4, so that would be 5 times 4, which is 20, and another one, so that would be 21 days. And that's it.